And welcome wrestling fans here to Jay County High School for the opening round of the Jay County Regional. 34 Adams County wrestlers competing today here at the Regional. Dane Filling, joined by my partner today, Rex Brewer. Welcome to the broadcast, Rex.
Good morning, Mr. Filling. How are you?
Very good. We watched weigh-ins here about half an hour ago, and everybody is ready to go. A couple of changes in the bracket that we heard about. The young man from Yorktown was a no-show at 190 pounds. That's going to open up a spot for the Muncie Central Bearcats to bring in another wrestler. Coach A.J. Bradley brought his alternate along, so kudos to him for getting that young man to stick with it.
I wondered why Mr. Bradley went running past me this morning, didn't say hello. He was chasing somebody down because he was looking for his alternate.
So an extra Muncie Central Bearcat in the lineup today. Talking to Coach Bradley, he says, man, we drew a lot of Adams County guys, and it's going to make it awfully tough. So he's hoping to just find one spot through for his Bearcats to advance to next week's semi-state. Of course, join us on WZBD next Saturday for the semi-state. All 4 rounds will be live on 92.7 FM and YouTube, a combination of both. And we're looking forward to it because we're just 2 weeks away now from wrestling in Evansville at the IHSAA State Finals.
Now, Dane, you keep track of all the numbers. How successful was our YouTube broadcast last Saturday?
It was good. We had a lot of people. I listened to it throughout the morning as I was in Illinois, and you guys did a nice job, and I'm looking forward to bringing you a much different opening round today than what last week's opening round is.
I was going to say, this is a grinder today. We've got the Delaware County kids coming in here. Yorktown's got a couple of guys that are really talented, but Delta has a whole team of those guys, and they are solid from top to bottom. And if you're an Adams County guy coming out of this Jay County Regional, you're going to have to go through a Delaware County guy someplace along the line.
And, of course, the reason that today is so much different is because last week we start with basically a 16-man bracket despite having just 9 teams in the field, and a loss in the very first round does not eliminate you. And there were several wrestlers who lost on that first round, came back and fought back for 3rd and 4th, and are here today. But today there's no beating around the bush. It's win or go home, unless you happen to be the alternate next week. That's about the only chance, and that doesn't happen very often.
Some of those wrestleback rounds decided this tournament. A couple of teams got some guys wrestle back and scored some pinpoints coming through that wrestleback consolation round, and those were the points that made up a difference that swung the victory the way it did.
Yeah, you look at, in Ethan Curtis for Belmont, I believe he won all of his matches by fall and scored some major points despite not reaching the finals. So we're going to talk a lot about the team race early on here in the first round. We hope that there is an exciting team race to talk about by the time we get to the finals. I don't know how we could ask for anything more than what we had last week, as it was rather insane the way it all ended. And I hope that everybody had a chance to read our article on WZBD.com about the final 10 or 12 minutes and at heavyweight. And I know personally for me, I'm really looking for that heavyweight weight class and hoping that we might just sneak 4 Jay County sectional guys through it that way.
Well, I'd like to congratulate you on that article. It was a good article, and kudos to your photographers that sent you. What'd you say? You had 70-some photos to go through to try and pick out to put on, and
there were.
I think 25 of them made the website.
There were a lot, and it was fun to write. It was a little bit odd since I wasn't here. Being with my wife for her cousin's wedding over in Illinois, but you guys did a great job on the coverage, and we look forward to more of the same today. And if it can be as exciting as those heavyweight matches were, we're going to have another good day.
It's interesting how those heavyweight matches, the first 4 minutes of them were a little bit slow, kind of looked like heavyweights, and I'll tell you what, the last 30 seconds of both those 2 matches were worth the price of admission, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, the oddity of the fact that the sectional trophy was in the hands of 2 different teams in 3 different occasions, and they weren't wrestling each other, right? I mean, That makes sense. You get to the final match of the day, the score is tied, and you're going head-to-head with somebody, but this was on 2 different mats, and the irony of the Adams Central coaches sitting directly next to the Belmont coaches, and both of them are watching each other's matches, but their own matches at the same time. It was great drama and something that we have learned to love about coming here on these 2 Saturdays for the last darn near 25 years and checking it all out. It's been a lot of fun.
I think it's going to be everything that both those two teams in Adams Central and Belmont can do to team up to take on this Delta team. You could almost make your own all-star team and wrestle that Delta team and really struggle to beat them.
So with that, we're going to send it here for a round of messages. We'll be right back with some more pre-regional coverage right after this.
Injured in an accident, need representation in civil, criminal, or family law matters? Call DeVos, Baker, Ainsworth, and Razzo for assistance. Our office has experienced trial lawyers who can guide you through the litigation process and provide you with quality legal service at competitive rates. Call 724-2129 to schedule an appointment with one of our attorneys or visit our website at devoslaw.com for more information.
Most of us take clean water for granted, but the plain truth is cities work hard to keep our waterways and stormwater sewers as clean as possible. In the field and around the neighborhood, you are the city's eyes. What you casually observe can make a difference. So if you see signs of trouble, including odd odors, unnatural water color, or signs of dumping or spills, please notify the city immediately. Be proactive. Choose to make a difference. Get more ideas on the web at DecaturIN.org.
Quality dentistry for people of all ages. That's what you'll find at Decatur Dental Services. This is Dr. Taylor Trevere at Decatur Dental Services. We provide a wide range of dental treatment, including preventative, cosmetic, restorative, and reconstructive dentistry. Located at the corner of 224 East and Pickway Road in Decatur, we offer convenient office hours, Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Friday, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. For more information about our practice, please find us on Facebook or visit our website at DecaturDentalIN.com.
When you need building materials, you need Arnold Lumber, 425 Winchester Street in Decatur, featuring lumber in a wide choice of sizes, plus doors, windows, roofing, and more. Whether it's a complete new home or remodeling, a new deck or deck repair, a new kitchen or a kitchen update, whether it's an erected or materials-only garage or pole barn package featuring quality metal, free professional designs and estimates. Arnold Lumber provides it all. Open 7 to 5 Monday through Thursday till 4:30 on Friday and 11:30 on Saturday.
At Three Rivers Federal Credit Union, we're focused on empowering you to achieve financial wellness by offering the resources and support you need every step of the way. We're equally committed to bettering lives in our region through volunteerism, community funding and partnerships, college scholarships, and more. We give back to the people, places, and ideas that matter most to you. Learn more at threeriversfcu.org. Three Rivers is federally insured by the NCUA.
Rising costs of gas and food putting a strain on your budget? Is your paycheck stretched a little thin? Home and auto insurance rates are on the rise. Maybe it's time to shop around for a lower rate. Give Nick Rumschlag State Farm a call at 260-724-6010 and see if we can save you a few bucks. Don't have time to call? That's okay. You can get a quote 24 hours a day at nickrumschlag.com. You could even stop in our office on North 13th Street in Decatur.
Welcome back, wrestling fans. We are here at Jay County High School for the IHSAA Jay County Wrestling Regional. 8 wrestlers in each bracket, 14 weights. There'll be 4 winners in this first round. 56 semi-state qualifiers will go up against the other 56 qualifiers from Goshen and from Carroll and from the Peru Regional next week at the Coliseum in Fort Wayne. And kind of an interesting add-on. The Coliseum is going to be the Coliseum round. The semi-state is going to be hosted by Southside next week for the first time in forever. So interesting to see what that looks like.
So if there are any questions along the way, Dane, I have printed out those brackets.
Yeah, that's going to be great to have. So you can start thinking about, who the other regional champs are. And now I think it's probably a good time to discuss this. And we're going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it a lot. The first round is obviously important because it's an elimination round. So if you don't win, you're out, and that solves that problem real quick. But we're going to talk a lot about the draw that comes out tonight, the draw that comes out tomorrow, the draw that Joe Caprino probably already has somewhere in some database somewhere.
He's got the algorithm locked in.
But we're going to talk a lot about how second and third and fourth place sometimes have really different outcomes depending on where you are. The goal today is to be a regional champ, and a regional champ gets you all kinds of extra advantages. Beyond that, you walk out of here, you may finish fourth, and you may think, I had a terrible day, and then you see your draw, and you think, thank God I didn't finish second.
You know, we used to think that just hope and pray you get that Peru regional, the guy coming in here, but that Peru regional has stiffened up, so it's not an easy walk that first match. But
yeah, it's been Goshen the last few
Yeah.
years. That's been the one that you kind of want to draw, but it really varies by weight class more than anything as to which regional you want to draw into. For a lot of these guys, they have the extra advantage that they have potentially the semi-state champ in their regional here. You know, if you think about it. I don't want to draw Tony Wood in the ticket round.
no.
Well, if I'm from the Jay County Regional, I don't have to worry about drawing Tony Wood because you're not going to be in the same quarter bracket.
Yeah. I know, Dane, that we talk about these Delaware County schools coming in here, and, you know, for years we've kind of rooted against them, but with the emergence of the High School Wrestling Weekly, we've come to know those guys. And I tell you what, I knew Tony Abbott from Cowan since he was in high school and refereed his matches. We've come to know Coach A.J. Bradley to be very well. We've had Cody the Count on our show many times. And those are guys that are just really great individuals, and they're great coaches, and they've built up teams down there, and they're a force to be reckoned with coming in here. And the guys we've known forever, the Tim Myers, the Tony Currys, the Robert Loshis, and those guys, we've known them. But I tell you what, this is a great group of coaches. And, I mean, they bring quality teams in here, and they're guys that you can really like when you walk out the gym at the end of the day.
Well, one thing I appreciate, too, is the IHSAA has a tendency to like to regroup teams in different sports way too often. And you see it, you know, last night at the Mechaniqua girls basketball sectional, right? You got some teams that, like, do the Belmont girls really care about Northwestern? They couldn't tell you where Northwestern was. Right? And I think you lose that. But we haven't changed fields, sectional and regional in wrestling, since 2003. And it really has built a rivalry, but also camaraderie between, you know, these 22 schools or however many there are that have wrestling this year. And it adds a lot to it. And there was a discussion a year or two ago about potentially lopping off the Delta sectional and shifting them to Newcastle. And like, could you imagine going to sectional or regional for us and wrestling against New Haven and Heritage? And that would seem so bizarre to us. It's been so long since we've had this format, and I really enjoy it. I love this tournament. I love it because it's short and it's sweet, but there's some great wrestling that goes with it. If we look at the participants today, Adams Central was the runner-up last week. They had 14 qualify. Yorktown was the runner-up last week. They had 14 qualify. Now they only have 13 going today, but Delta and Belmont both have 12. And beyond that, Jay County has 9. Cowan has 9. South Adams, they have 8. Looking down further, there's 6 from Norwell, 6 from West Dell, 5 from Winchester. And then you get down to the smaller schools, Muncie Central and Monroe Central with 4. Bluffton with just 3. Then we have Southern Wells, Union City, Daleville with 2, and Wapahani with 1. I think about the only team missing is Randolph Southern, and I don't think they ended up having an entry at sectional last week, and Union City did not have a qualifier last week.
I've looked down at the floor and now stopped out and talked to the officials today. Last week we had some concerns with the officials. Josh Howard felt concerned about it. He actually came on our show last week and talked about it. They put a shirt and a tie on Josh today. He's the director of officials. We have some good ones today. We have Steve Ziembo, Chris Conlist, Brian Fuller, and Gary Fox. Chris Conlist I refereed with for many, many years out of the Elkhart area, and I was down on the floor talking to him, and he had a brother that wrestled about the same time I did, and I told him that I found an old news clippings one time, and it had a bunch of Belmont guys in a championship round, and Chris Conlist had won the tournament too. He was one of the only non-Belmont guys in the picture in the championship bracket, but they're very quality officials, and I don't think we'll have the issues that we had last week today.
So with that, I'm going to play a round of commercials. I'll be right back after this.
For the past 90 years, Smith Brothers has built a solid reputation by providing quality furniture that lasts for generations. They continue to employ the best construction techniques and components available in the industry and offer frame and fabric styles to satisfy every taste from transitional to traditional and all stops between. Sitting is believing. Test one of their recliners to see how quality engineering makes them stand out from other leading manufacturers. Smith Brothers of Bern. Feel the difference quality makes.
Hey, do you know when and where we can recycle in Adams County?
Well, I know you can recycle from 8 to 4 weekdays and Saturday 8 to noon at the transfer station next to Golden Meadows.
Okay, where else?
In Decatur, behind D&D Marathon on the east side of town on Thursdays, Mondays at Simon Manufacturing 27 South in Bern, and in Monroe on the third Tuesday at the fairgrounds. Plus, you can always get the latest info at adamscountyswmd.com.
Thanks.
When faced with the difficult task of making arrangements for your loved one, many emotions and questions arise. What would they want me to do if they were here? Where is the money coming from? How much should I spend? Do they want burial or cremation? The staff at Haggard, Hershey, and Zelt Funeral Home can help you navigate these tough questions. Make your wishes known and allow us to make sure that your wishes are carried out. Call Ryan Hershey or Eric Zelt at 260-724-7167 to schedule an appointment today.
Don Myers Plumbing and Heating in Bern is your American Standard home comfort dealer. American Standard has been in business for more than 100 years and welcomes Don Myers Plumbing and Heating of Bern as one of their independent dealers. Don Myers Plumbing and Heating and American Standard will provide your home or business with energy-efficient heating and cooling equipment, saving you money. Don Myers Plumbing, Heating and Cooling at the east edge of Bern on Adams County Road 000, your American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
We all know winter has an effect on driving conditions. Make sure your vehicle is ready for it with good vehicle maintenance. Hi, I'm Matt Brown, manager of Best One in Monroe, reminding you to make sure that your tires have good tread and are properly inflated. We also recommend a coolant flush every 2 years or 30,000 miles. If your coolant does not work well, your car can be put at risk. Right now at Best One in Monroe, we're offering $20 off a flush service. Give us a call or visit us at bestoneofmonroe.com for details. Best One, selling tires, serving people.
No matter your age, health and life insurance can be confusing and overwhelming. This is Derek Bailey with Bixler Insurance. Whether you are currently on Medicare or will soon be qualifying for Medicare, we have the products and expertise to meet your needs. Under age 65 and looking for health coverage? Interested in protecting your family from an unexpected loss with a life insurance policy? We can discuss options to assure your peace of mind. Call Bixler Insurance today to schedule your free appointment.
And welcome back here to Jay County High School. We're just about ready to get underway here. Looks like we are going to avoid the national anthem here to start, and we're probably going to save it for before the finals.
We don't need no stinking anthem.
So we're going to have 3 mats going here. We're going to do our best to bring you the most pertinent match that we can find. And once somebody gets down by 10 or 12 points, Rex, we're going to move on to the next one and keep you updated. We'll try to keep a tally of qualifiers by team and keep you updated on the team scores as well. Lots to go through here.
We do know that when we saw the brackets come out last week, at 106 for Belmont, Mr. Mills drew into the number 1 ranked wrestler in the state in Jensen Boyd, and that's what you call a bad draw, Dane.
That happens when you finish 4th. Of course, Adams County right in the thick of things at 106 with the 3 county wrestlers all finishing 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So we're underway here with Titus Loshi.
In the center mat, it's Miles Carr versus Deegan Barbosa from Cowan, and Loshi on mat number 3 against Jackson Webb of Yorktown. Griffin Byram of Jay County and Brennan Lanter from Winchester on mat number 1.
Loshi's giving up the opening takedown here against Jackson Webb. Webb's got a side cradle locked up. Byram's got a side cradle locked up over there on Lanter. See if Titus can break those hands. Break those hands. He reaches it around the head. He could have a headlock if he can break that hold. Dad and Silas both in the corner. There he does break the hold. He gets his escape. So that'll make it 5-1.
Zach Zimbo on that mat, and then Byram, your winner by fall on mat number 1 down there.
I'd take that back. Loshi did not yield any near fall with that cradle, so it's just 2-1. Now he's taken down, and it's 4-1. Looks like Carr's there in on a single leg, but a little bit compromised right now.
2 takedown given by Conless on that as Carr gave up the legs to Barbosa.
That will bring up Boyd and Mills.
But Barbosa yields a reversal to Miles Carr, and he's got a bloody nose, so it's going to be 2-2 in the middle, Matt.
Anytime you look at a regional bracket, it feels like most of the time out of the 4 matches, there's 3 where you can pick your winners, and then there's that one toss-up. And I think Barbosa and Carr is the toss-up here as we go forward at 106 pounds.
Mills and Boyd start their match on mat number 1 as Mills tries to take a shot. Boyd keeps him out front.
Nice single leg by Titus Loshi. He's going to be able to finish this off, I think. Keeps the ankles. Oh, the buzzer gets him. So he's going to trail 4-2 after 2 minutes.
Boyd hits a front headlock to a snap down, spins, goes behind Mills and gets the first takedown. He leads 2-0 in that match. On deck in the middle mat, it's Levi Johns at 113.
Boyd just pushed Mills full shove all the way, and he did a backwards somersault.
Ethan Curtis from Belmont is on deck on mat number 3 right after Loshi's match here.
Ben had a good attitude going into today, I feel like.
Well, he just got double leg takedown to his back, gives up a takedown, no back points, trails 4-1, and he's going to get cut loose again.
Loshi trying to hip over on a takedown. Still trails 4-2.
Those 2 pretty much heads up in records.
Oh, he hits a side cradle right off the shot. Doesn't score with near fall with it, but gets the 2 reversal. That makes it 4-4.
6-3 is scored in Mills versus Boyd's match.
Miles Carr still with that reversal. Now they're back underway. It's 2-2. He's trying to bring Barbosa back to the mat, but Barbosa's on his feet. Carr does temporarily.
Boyd with another takedown and release. It's 8-4 now.
Well, you do have a better feeling about today with the officials we have on the mat.
Yeah.
The last thing you want to do is spend the day talking about the officials, and there was a lot of talk about it. Mills on his back over there now. Boyd in a good position.
Boyd hit a fireman's carry and caught the arm. He's getting back points off of it. So it's going to put him up 13-4 right now.
Carr does a really nice job of riding out Barbosa here for the end of the first period, and it's 2-2.
Mills is going to fight with 4 seconds left here, and he's going to avoid being pinned, it looks like. He's going to trail 13-4 going into period number 2.
Interesting, Barbosa chooses neutral against Carr. Miles won the toss, deferred. Miles has just gotten so much better defensively at guarding and defending those shots and scoring from them. Once again, that side cradle looks available to Loshi.
Barbosa gets a takedown. He's going to go up 4-2 on Carr. Another takedown and release for Boyd. They score 15-5.
Second period's going to end here with Loshi and Webb knotted at 4.
And a Palmer cradle is the end of Ben Mills' season. As from Delaware County, they know what the Palmer cradle is. It's a front headlock to a far side knee lock. And your winner by fall is Jensen Boyd of Delta over Mills.
So Barbosa leads 4-2. Loshi and Webb are locked at 4. They started neutral in the third. Webb in on an ankle pick. Loshi trying to get his feet out from under him.
AC wrestler up on mat number 1 down here. As soon as track updates, I'll tell you who that is.
Loshi.
That is Cale Beer wrestling against Nathan
going opposite. They're going
Shears.
to end up getting a stalemate here, I think. Loshi and Webb. Loshi trying to sprawl. Webb in on a double leg. Loshi hanging onto the ankles. There's the stalemate.
Cale Beer is about to get a takedown on Nathan Spears here.
I know talking to Coach Bradley from Muncie Central, he felt like they were really going to have to wrestle well to pull off a win there, despite having 31 wins. Shot by Loshi, misses. Tries a headlock. Needs to pop his head out of there and get behind. 58 seconds left. Titus Loshi could win this thing if he get his head out.
Miles Carr has Barbosa on his back, getting near fall points here. 8 seconds left to go.
Again, Webb is in on a shot on Loshi, trying to sprawl. 40 seconds left, still 4-4. Those are big points for Miles. Loshi breaks the hands, Loshi gets around. He leads 6-4 with 30 seconds left.
Carr leads 7-6 heading into the third period.
Loshi trying to tilt Webb. Near fall would just about seal the deal here. Loshi did a nice job riding him earlier in the bout, though, so I think he's in good shape here. Doesn't want to go out of bounds. Wants to stay in bounds. Webb tries to turn, sit out. He's got his head on the mat. High fives from dad to brother.
Oh, Carr's getting caught in a banana split here. See if Barbosa can work him over.
Titus Loshi wins 6-4 with Silas in the corner.
One of the Loshi boys. Carr fought off that banana splits and did not give up any near fall points.
So the top three from the IHSAA are going on to semi-state. Loshi, Carr, Byram.
Cale Beer tied up at 0. Curtis is up here on mat number 1 on 3.
Carr is in the bottom position, but he's up a point. He gets his arm out against Barbosa. He's going to put him on his back. Miles Carr is a minute away from winning this thing.
Curtis just gave up a takedown to Zach Reno from Westdale.
Carr's going to lead at 12-6 here when he finishes this move, but he doesn't want to finish it. He wants to stay right there.
Curtis has got turned in a double arm bar, giving up near fall here. The Westdale wrestler 13-6, Zach Reno.
Westdale with 5 guys here today. Certainly showing a little bit. Their head coach is Ryan Chambers. I would assume
Mr. Reno is right next to me as he watches his son get a fall here over Curtis of Belmont.
Chambers had a daughter who was wrestling in the state tournament. Okay, so Barbosa comes around, gets the reversal with 3 seconds left, but it's a 12-8 victory for Miles Carr, and he's headed to semi-state.
So it's Byram, Carr, Loshi, and Boyd in their final 4. That'll make your photographer happy, won't it, Dale?
Yes, it will. So Jay County Sectional goes 3-1 at 106.
It brings up Levi Johns in the middle mat. He is definitely the odds-on favorite here. Ranked number 1 in a Fort Wayne semi-state. He's wrestling against a Yorktown wrestler, Mr. Johnson, and they are underway in the center mat.
Okay, Jackson with the opening takedown really quick on Jackson Bingham here on the near mat. Bingham in his first year wrestling for the Bagabas.
Down there, Cale Beer has a 1-0 lead over Nathan Spears of Muncie Central, and he's hanging onto a leg. 13 seconds left to go, and he goes out of bounds in the second period. Avoids being given up anything.
Big one coming up for Belmont fans. 120 pounds, Quentin Keene from Winchester, a senior, taking on freshman Henry Farrote. That will be a good one. Saw a lot of people making predictions over the week, picking Farrote, but anytime you're talking about eliminating a senior and ending his wrestling career, that's a tall task.
We talked to the coaches last week that called into our show about that senior that has the edge, and he has that I'm not going home attitude.
Bingham on his back here, trying to bridge out. Johns, what can Johns do? There's a fall. Jackson pins Bingham. Do you see Johns as a medalist this year for Bluffton?
What's that?
Do you see Levi Johns as a medalist?
Yes. I see him on a podium.
I think that's where he's headed. Johns trying to run now a wing. He's got Johnson turned.
That is Dakota Johnson of Yorktown. He is at 22-17. He's a junior, and Levi Johns gets the fall.
Beer still with a 1-0 lead over there. They're in the third period, 90 seconds left.
So Johns from Bluffton versus Reno of Westdale will be the next round match.
Beer still on top over there. 70 seconds from riding him out for the 1-0 win. And we get a stalling call on Beer. Well, that makes things a lot more interesting now. Rex, you watched any Big Ten wrestling last night?
I did not. I was watching cricket.
Sergio Lemley knocked off Real Woods last night. Number 2 in the nation. Pretty big win. And Iowa got beat by Michigan. First time Iowa's lost to a Big Ten school not named Penn State in 6 years.
We've got a Norwell wrestler up in Hunter Douglas down here at 120 as he's wrestling against Yorktown's Jaden Klein. Klein is a junior, 15-11. Douglas 13-4.
Daniel Rupp also up against Bollinger here, and Rupp gets tossed to his back. You know, Daniel had a great there. Spears gets out, so it's 1-1, 35 seconds left. I was just going to give Rupp props for qualifying. I didn't expect him to make top 4 last week, so he had a great tournament last week to get 4th, and Bollinger kindly sets him down on his back.
And hits that Wilson ride, just picked him up, takes him right to
20
his back
seconds. Beer in on a single leg, trying to pull it in. Whizzer by Spears. Beer, 10 seconds left. Comes up to an Iranian position now. Spears holds on to the ankles. Beer comes around. 2 seconds left. And no takedown given. Tony Curry is not happy with the call.
He is not as happy as A.J. Bradley is.
Spears held onto the ankles just long enough there. There was no change at the buzzer. So we're in overtime now. Beer and Spears for a spot at the Coliseum next Saturday. Shot by Beer, pushed out by Spears.
Cody Rouse of Jay County up against Yorktown wrestler in the center mat.
Douglas got the opening takedown over here, I see. Beer trying to set up a shot. A weak attempt there. They're back on their feet immediately. Near the out-of-bounds line. Coach Mosier, Coach Curry in the chair. Oh, the two come together at the same time on a shot, and it kind of stunned Beer. Spears is trying to spin around behind. Beer trying to block with the arm. They're out of bounds. They're out of bounds. Woo! 11 seconds left.
Now they're out of bounds. When you wanted them to be out of bounds, they were not.
They both shot at the same time, and it kind of stunned Beer, I think, and Spears was able to have a better position. Now Spears with a shot for the first time the whole match, really. Beer sprawling, holding onto the ankles. He spins around and gets the 2. 1 second left. Cale Beer beats him. Whew, he didn't want that to go any further than it did.
That brings the Adams Central crowd to our right up to their feet. Cody Rouse with a quick fall at 126 as he advances over Eppert of Yorktown by fall. And he will take on the winner of Neil Mosier and Dylan Aug next round.
So a split at 113 between the two sectionals at 2-2.
It's not like you and Coach Bradley keep track of that stuff, do you?
We do. Don't you worry, we do.
Douglas with a 5-0 lead down here against the Yorktown wrestler, and also now has him on his back. He's trying to put Klein away here. He's going to go up 8-0 here.
Henry Farrow up now against Quentin Keene over there on the far mat.
Center mat is Braden Daniels. Had a great weekend last weekend from Union City, still at 32-1, and Rafe Keefe.
And that's not going to be an easy one for Daniels. You don't just take that good week that you had last week and parlay it automatically into another good week. You got to work for 5 more days at practice and get better.
He stood that 31-1 record up though against Cody Rouse in the finals. Proved it. No score yet in the Freot-Keene match down there. Keene's in on a shot, trying to hit a little lateral. Freot's got an ankle picked, trying to fight his way around behind. Breaks it off. Now he's like double underhook to try and keep him out. Wrist control by both wrestlers. Nice shot by Keene.
Daniels gets the opening takedown there against Keith.
Froat trying to fight off that double leg, using a couple double underhooks. 55 seconds left to go in that first period. Froat's still trying to work his way around behind. He's on the edge of the mat. This is probably going to end up getting a fresh start here. Froat has Keene broken down to his base, flattened out in his belly, and Froat's trying to get around behind, but I think they're going to go out of bounds here as they're near the gym floor.
Rex, one of the most interesting parts of being involved in Indiana Mat is the admin group chat. They were basically taking bets last night as to which Crown Point wrestler wasn't going to make weight today, because it's happened at regional the last couple of times. Everybody from Crown Point made weight today, but Aiden Campbell from Chesterton did not. Pull up real quick how high he is ranked, but not the way that you want to end your season on the scales.
Henry Froat with a takedown. Goes up 2-0 now with 13 seconds left. And Rafe Keefe fights off near fall. Avoids being pinned. 5-0's the score between he and Daniels as they go into the second period. Froat's running a chicken wing, and now he's going to try and take it into a tilt, but he's got 1 second left. Time kind of runs out as the freshman Henry Froat takes the senior Keene into the second period with a 2-0 lead. Takes the bottom position. Oh, Keefe just caught Daniels in a cradle, but Daniels able to break it. Froat takes the down position, starts down. And this crew of officials are blowing the whistle when the guys are set. Last week we had so many cautions because the less experienced officials waited too long. And when a guy gets set, it's like a starter in the sprint blocks. You got to hit the whistle and go.
Rex number 15 in the state at 126. Aiden Campbell from Chesterton.
Henry Froat being ridden from the top position by Mr. Keene. Froat trying to work on some hand control. Trying to come up. Minute 28 left to go. Been broken back down flat to his belly. Mr. Douglas is cruising to an 11-2 win from Norwell down here. He was our champion at 120 last week. Froat's trying to avoid being tilted. He just gave up a 1 count. Keene's trying to take him back over with 1:07 left to go. Henry needs to break that overhook. Trying to work his way up to his base. It's going to be Keene's choice in the third period. Froat can't afford to be ridden here for another minute. Froat's up to his base now. He's got his arms free. He's got some hand control. Got his hand up over arm up over his head, trying to hit a little Gazzoni and come out of there and face him. Got his ankle jacked up pretty high. Now he might get caught in a side cradle if he's not careful here. Froat flattens back out. Froat trying to avoid being hit in a side cradle. Now he bellies up. Avoids that. 24 seconds left to go. Let's see what Mr. Keene's going to do in the third period as he has his choice. He's got Henry caught in a side cradle. He's got him up, and he got a 1 count. Could not get it out, get another count. He's over on his back. He got a 1 count again.
7 seconds left.
There you go, and now he's getting near fall. He's going to lose a 3 on this one.
Dad needs to get off the mat, I can tell you that. Not sure what he's doing over there.
Which dad was that? Mr. Keene's dad? Most likely it wasn't Ben.
Whoever it is, he's not a coach and he shouldn't be that close to the action.
Whistle starts. Bottom man that comes up to a stand up, gets broken back down. That is Keene. Froat's going to try and lock up a tilt. Going to try and pull him over. Henry's really bridging hard to pull that over. He trails by 1 here. He needs to set a near fall to get this thing back to even.
Rex Hunter Douglas was your winner, 11-2 at 120.
Froat has the tilt locked up.
2, 3.
He's got him counting. He got a 2 count for sure. That's going to put him up 4-3 now. Whew. So Douglas is your winner there at 120.
Daniels is up 5-0 here on Keith. It's a tough way for Rafe Keith's season career to end.
Henry's riding the back ankle and trying to hit that Lewis. He's got a wrist controlled. Another set of near fall here would be a nice little cushion. If nothing else, give up 1 but not 2. Keene comes out front. I think he's going to break and get a 1 here, and Henry gives him one, and Keene right back in on a shot. Just about got in on legs, but Frote counters that out. We're tied at 4 now. 51 seconds to go here, period number 3. Frote trying to extend his season here. There's a shot by Keene. He's in on a single leg. Henry's got him countered out. A little crossface would help there, Henry. Not just a whizzer. Keep that pressure on his head. Reaches back, grabs an ankle. 30 seconds left to go here. Keene's still trying to work his way into that single leg. Stalemate called by the official. Gets a fresh start at 23 seconds here. Dylan Ogg down here wrestling Neil Mosier at 126.
Wrestling pretty tough there in the first period. It's 2-0, but that's the way Mosier likes to go.
20 seconds left to go here. We're on our feet. Who's got a takedown? Henry's in on a single leg. Working in on a single, trying to spin and go behind. Henry's got the ankle. He's around behind, and he's got the 2. Henry Frote gets the takedown with 7 seconds left to go, and that's going to seal the deal at 120. So Frote advanced, and he will take on. Who will he take on? He will take on Cade Jackson from Delta.
Wrecked so much leverage with the position that he had his hand on that ankle there at the end. That was all she wrote. He had a good enough hold on that. He brought it right to him, and Keene had no chance.
All the years of the Frote, you think I'd learn how to spell Frote by now, wouldn't you, Dane?
Well, you didn't take French in high school.
Faroute.
What a win by Henry. And I didn't want to jinx him, but he's been ill this week, and I was really worried that was going to affect him, but it sure didn't look like it. He was probably more energetic than Keene was there in the last minute.
South Adams' Dakota Sprunger is up on mat number 1, and he is wrestling against Bowen Keith, the senior from Cowan, who's 23-5, as Sprunger from South Adams is 24-8. That match is underway. Center mat Sam Mosier wrestling against Connor Fodick. Dane, I think I've mispronounced that young man's name.
I'm going with Fodick. That's the way.
It's the silent J.
Yeah.
And Fodick's been tied up by Mosier. He's in a side cradle, bridging out, but Fodick's going to come out the backside here. No, Mosier locks it up. Now he's got that cross-leg cradle. His side cradle with the inside leg, and he has Fodick on his back. There's the fall. These Delta guys are so tough down low.
Dylan Ogg still hanging tough with Neil Mosier, the undefeated senior from Delta. It's 4-0. Ogg's in on a single leg right now. JP up now already. Kevin Loesch up now, taking on Jackson Bradley. Sprunger scoreless over there against Bowen Keith. Twin brothers already been eliminated today. 30 seconds left in the second period. That was quick by Bradley.
JP gets hit with a little throw by, a little duck under throw by.
Go out of bounds here. Dylan Ogg still on his feet. Nice little shot and ankle pick against Mosier, but he's too good to give that up in 10 seconds. He's going to hold on, go to the third period with a 4-0 lead.
Down there on mat number 1, Dakota Sprunger trails Bowen Keith 2-0.
Loesch gets turned and stacked.
These Delta guys wearing multiple different colored uniforms here. Hard to keep track of them.
A lot of gray in this Mosier. Jackson Bradley eliminates Kevin Loesch.
I'll tell you what, Kevin had a really good season for, doing as well as he's done. He had some matches that he didn't really belong in that he excelled in, and kind of surprised a few people this year.
Yep, he went from second or third string in the middle of the year last year to the varsity guy and really made a name for himself here this year.
That brings up Tony Wood in the center mat at 138 pounds. Wrestling against Tuttle, I believe, from Delta.
Bowen Keith did score the opening takedown against Dakota Sprunger over there.
No, that is Caden Manning of Winchester. No, that must be a change.
Over here, it's still 4-0. And Neil Mosier will beat anybody in the state by 4-0 if he wants to. That's the way he likes to wrestle.
Yeah, that is Winchester.
They-
Winchester's got Delta-like uniforms on.
They just hit Ogg with another stalling warning on bottom. It's kind of unfair.
Tony Wood hit a big headlock and gets a takedown. He leads 2-0 against Manning. Caden Manning's a junior. He's 15-17 from Winchester. Sprunger still trails Bowen Keith down there 2-0 as that match has a minute left to go in the second period. And Dane, I printed off the handy-dandy JoeIndianaMat.com.
They are very nice.
Because it's bigger in print.
They are very nice. Sprunger still on the ride over there. That's 2-2 now. Sorry, he got a reversal.
Now, Dane, I know
black and yellow over there.
I know that we keep track of other people's radio shows, but last couple weeks I've got in on Guerrilla Radio and kind of threw some comments in the guys, and that's a fun little show that they put on, and they have a good time, and lots of following there in the state. You see coaches from all over the place get in on that, and there's the win by fall for Tony Wood at 138 pounds. He advances.
Neil Mosier eliminates Dylan Ogg here in his freshman season. 29 wins for Ogg as a freshman.
It'll be a good match between Rowles and Mosier next round.
And we go to the third period.
Dakota Sprunger gets a reversal on Bowen Keith down there and ties this thing up 2-2.
Keith has choice in the third here. He'll choose down against Sprunger. Jason Prow from Norwell up now.
Mav Dubal wrestling in a center mat against a Muncie Sense wrestler named Musgrove.
Sprunger on the ride now. Oh, Keith turns, faces. Now in a front headlock position here. He's going to score. Sprunger needs to give up one, not two. He does give up two. So Bowen Keith leads now 4-2. Dakota Sprunger's going to need to get up or get a reversal to tie it. Sprunger flat on the mat. Keith wrestling for himself and for his brother, I feel like.
I think Dakota Sprunger's father came on as one of our sponsors later on this season from Ironclad.
Yes. I really appreciate that support from the South Adams fans as we were able to bring you some Starfire matches that wouldn't have been on any media without their support.
I heard a little bit of cheering through the WZBD microphone from his aunt, Kenya, who was running a board for us last Saturday.
Sprunger turns, faces. Keith holds onto the ankle. He's going to lock onto that leg now. Sprunger breaks that hold on the leg. He's going to try to spin around for a tying reversal. Still blocking with the arm, Keith is. 10 seconds left. Keith now elevates Sprunger. Sprunger is in behind. Still no reversal. That's two. He didn't call it.
I think because he had his arm underneath the leg and Sprunger couldn't get the leg locked into the leg position. He didn't give it to him.
Robert Loshi talking to the official right now.
Mav Dubal with an opening takedown leads 2-0, but he's about ready to give up a reversal here with 7 seconds left to go.
Tony Abbott being held back at bay by Josh Howard. Josh telling him, listen, one question at a time. If you're an official, you want to be able to defend your viewpoint to one coach before you start arguing with another.
Well, Tony will only argue if the outcome changes.
Yes. I mean, it almost looked like from our vantage point that Sprunger had the legs in and was going for the power half. But
I think the leg that Keith had up underneath there was preventing that leg from going in, so he deemed there was no control.
So Bowen Keith advances and eliminates Dakota Sprunger here. And that keeps it at a 2-2 split at 120. Sperlin up on Prow over here midway through at 126.
Early team scores in this first round: Delta 32, Jay County 16, Adams Central 12. Bluffton and Cowan Westdale tied for fourth.
Now Dubaw's got his man on his back. He's got him stretched out. He's got him flat. Dubaugh not even using his arms, just his hips. Trying to settle in. Shorjan over there with the opening takedown. Chest to chest now for Dubaugh. He's trying to eliminate Musgrove. Sophomore against the senior.
With an update of the internet, Delta now up 38-24 over Jay County.
There's the fall. Mav advances, knocks out Musgrove at 138 pounds. Dubaugh will look to take on Justin Boone potentially in the next round. If Justin Boone can beat Wyatt Mann, who are up right now.
Right here, Sorgen still with it, has been tied up as he gave up a reversal to Du Bois as Jason Prowl trails Isaiah Sperlin from Winchester 4-1 down here. And it's more than that as Sperlin just hit him with an over and under, had him on his back. He's going to get a fiver out of this one.
Tell you what, Prowse had an awfully good season. He beat Henry Farrote when he was down at 120. And Sperlin's taking it to him right now. You can't overlook some of these guys just because they're not in the semi-state rankings, just because they're not, big names. Winchester's always got one or two guys who've got that kind of quality.
I think the name Chalfant comes to mind.
It sure does.
Chalfant was the same size as the big Patriot standing over there in the corner.
Shorjan in control over there. He's had 2 takedowns. He's just so good on top.
Another one of those great young freshmen for Tony Curry.
A nice trip there by the Yorktown wrestler Justin Boone to take down Mann.
We saw Boone at 38 go up and wrestle Wolpert at 44 and beat him decisively in that dual meet. That's a great dual meet for Belmont to have on their schedule.
Yeah, I missed out on that one. I was doing the other match that night, and Belmont really got some nice head-to-heads.
They will see some of those guys again here today. Some of those guys they don't want to see again today, but they have to. They won't match up because probably the 2 toughest matches for Yorktown, those guys bumped up.
Those were bumps, right.
So Boone and Stout? Hoppus.
Yeah. He's awfully good.
Oh, Douglas just
big
hit a
headlock by Prow. He's got Sperlin in deep.
He was trailing 11-4.
Oh, Sperlin comes back around. Woo! I thought that one was going to turn. I'd already written Sperlin down. That's I get another headlock by Prow, but Sperlin rolls out of that one.
Sorgen down there still with a 4-2 lead on his match. He locks up a cradle, or tries to lock up a cradle. He's got 1:02 left to go in the second period on that. Wyatt Mann trails 9-1 in the center mat down here. As Boone trying to lock up a tilt. Mann gets the escape. He's up neutral now. And just like that, Boone in on a shot. Boone hits an over and under throw and takes Mann to his back. No points yet. Mann gets behind, Mann gives up the takedown to Boone.
Shorjan still up 4-2 over there. Not a whole lot of action between him and Du Bois. Du Bois just a freshman.
Pro just caught his opponent on his back. He hit a gator roll.
2 seconds.
And pinned with 1 second left. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
14-7. Sperlin was ahead, but Rex, he was flat. He deserved to be pinned there.
The Johnson boys in the corner come to their feet with 1 second left to go.
Wow.
1 second.
You know what? I'm almost glad that I wrote Sperlin down just so I can cross it out, just so I can remember how big of an upset that was.
Pro, that was at 126.
Hey, Rex, that's 3 for the Jay County sectional at 126.
And Daniels already won that bottom bracket.
Start of the third period, Shorjan immediately gets a reversal on the sit out, and he's going to put in the boots and ride. Man being tilted again, that's going to be a tech fall there. At 138, Boone will advance to wrestle Dubois.
We have Jay County versus Yorktown down here on mat number 3.
I got the gym pumping a little bit.
Your winner is Mosier at 138. Yeah. Oh, Boone. Boone won at Yorktown in the center over man. So Boone advances to take on Dubois next round. Did Heskett just win that fast already?
I missed it.
Oh, he's wrestling Stuffle now. Stuffle is the other one, 29-7.
Yes, very much so.
That is at 132. So 120 is all set. It's Jackson versus Farote, Bowen Keith versus Hunter Douglas. 126, it's Neil Mosier versus Cody Riles and Prowl versus Daniels. Stuffle with a quick takedown in the center mat over Heskett.
Brayson up 6-2. Chin drop. Now he's going to get some near fall if the official gets down there.
That's a slow motion move, wasn't it?
I called it, and he was just kind of watching it. He gets 2 near fall out of that. It probably should have been 3, to be real honest with you, but I don't think it's going to matter here. 40 seconds left. Brayson in complete control.
The Myers clan got here late and didn't get their corner, Dane.
That's not good. Rex, we're quickly approaching a spot where we're going to sneak in an ad here.
Sorgen's lurking on a fall there with 20 seconds left to go. He's going to seal that one up. It's going to be 11-2 right now.
So with that, let's play a round of ads here. We'll be right back after this.
9 miles from Monmouth and 9 miles from Fort Wayne, situated on 27 just south of 469, sits 9 Mile Restaurant, your home for great meals since 1837. Providing home-cooked meals to travelers between Decatur and Fort Wayne for over 180 years, 9 Mile has stood the test of time as an institution on the southern edge of Allen County. With seating on the family side, the bar side, and outdoors, there's always a reason to stop and have a meal. 9 Mile also has a full-service bar and a professional service that can cater your next event or party. The next time you're on your way to or from Fort Wayne, stop in. If you've gone the distance, welcome to 9 Mile.
Every child has the right to the financial support from both parents, regardless of whether the parents are married, live together, or live separately. Please call the Adams County Prosecutor's Office if you need help with establishing paternity, obtaining a child support order, or enforcing of a child support order. In some cases, failure to pay child support can result in criminal charges. The Adams County Prosecutor's Office will diligently and aggressively pursue the collection of support from those who try to avoid this responsibility. There is no cost to get the help of the Prosecutor's Office. If you need help, give the office a call today at 724-5362 or visit adamscountyprosecutor.com.
Welcome back here as Brayson Shorjan has advanced with an 11-2 victory for Adams Central. And that brings us up perfectly for our match at 144 pounds as Colton Ronimus gets the opening takedown against Xander Schwartz here in the middle. Also advancing in that last minute was Justin Boone over Wyatt Mann and Wyatt Hops over Jason Landers of Jay County at 144 pounds. Hops on a collision course with Sam Wolpert potentially there in the semifinals.
Schwartz just got turned to his back by Ronimus, and he gets put back to his back once again, working to get off his back, and Dalton Tuttle with a takedown over Southern Wells. Jaron Frauger on mat number 1 down there. Leads that thing 2-0. Schwartz doing a good job trying to fight out, but he's got the Saturday Night Special on, and Ronimus is all over him.
You know, for a freshman at 144, Rex, you advance for another week of the tournament, get knocked out by somebody who's a state qualifier. It's hard to get too upset about having that much success. Schwartz ends his freshman year with 22 wins. Be a very valuable part of this Adams Central team.
Got a lot of big wins for him that dual meet season. And now there's another Adams Central wrestler up. I think that's Max Byerly. Is that Byerly?
Yep, Byerly. Taking on Zeke Witter from Delta. This is one that Adams Central is going to want to win. Tuttle over there, taking on Frauiger. He looks to be in control. Stuffle wrestling well against Heskett. Wolpert will be up after them.
Delta on top, 46. Adams Central in second with 27. Jay County with 24. Yorktown 15 and a half. Yorktown with a couple of big wins right there back to back will be moving up the ladder there. We know that most of the Jay County studs that came out of the Jay County sectional are upper weights, and those teams, Adams Central, Belmont, will start to pick up some ground later on in this first round.
At 132, the Delta sectional is going to get one back here, as Brayson is going to be the only survivor from our sectional to make it through. Mosier, Bradley, and Stuffle advance from that Delta sectional. Looks like 138 is going to be a split if Tuttle can hold on here.
So it's Witter of Delta and Byerly of Adams Central underway. About 30 seconds gone in that first period. No score yet. There's a timeout down here as Frauiger and Tuttle's match is in an injury time, I believe. Tuttle taking some injury time. Clearly the count talking to his wrestler. Byerly turns his back on his opponent, doesn't give up anything. So he go out of bounds, still no score in the middle mat. That match is at 150.
Rex just found out that the swim sectional today, that's diving's going on right now, sold out.
Really?
It's tight in there. I go in there all the time every year to take my pictures. It's pretty wild.
Across the way here on mat number 3, Stuffle has a 9-0 lead over Heskett of Jay County.
We're going to talk about hot tickets, Rex. I'm reading this thread. They only had 155 tickets to sell for 11 teams.
What?
You think Evansville's going to be a hot ticket? Did you get what I did there? Hot ticket, swimming, the pool, humidity. It's warm in
He
there.
went right over this old man's head, buddy.
Stuffle gets the win there. No score there between Byerly and Witter. A lot of pushing, a lot of shoving, but nothing. Witter wins the toss but decides to defer.
Dane, I wish you and I had this guy's life.
It's a nice jacket, to be real honest.
Somebody,
real nice jacket.
Somebody standing there under the Leaving Las Vegas sign. Well, you know YouTube's working.
Now Wolpert's up. Next here.
He is underway against Jacob Unger of Cowan. Unger is a freshman, 17-9, and Wolpert's going to get the opening takedown on him. Wolpert sticks a leg in, is going to run a power half and a side. Turns him out of bounds. Zimbo says, let's go back to the center.
Tuttle hurt over there. It would make sense. He's had a lot of injury issues. He barely wrestled this year. He's got his headgear off right now, stacked on top of his head. Talking to the Jay County trainer. That would certainly change things at 138 pounds for Mav Dubois and Tony Wood.
Well, they have been standing there.
Ooh, Sam's got him stretched out over here. That hurts.
Now, I think when it comes to assessing head trauma, the injury time goes out the window.
Oh, okay.
Well, if you're assessing someone for concussion, the injury clock doesn't matter. I think you use it all up. You don't have any left. If you want to take another timeout, you're done.
He's got the headgear snapped back on.
And his dad, Jeff Tuttle, down there talking to the trainer. He says, "He's a Tuttle. He's tough. Let him go."
Byerly got 2 near fall. He leads 2-0. Wolpert got 3 near fall. He leads 5-0.
He's working on another set here too, is Wolpert. He is cranking that half pretty hard.
Frauger and Tuttle doing a lot of pushing. There's a fall by Sam. Good job, Sammy Boy. On to Hops next. A couple of sophomores trying to get in the regional finals.
Hops bumped up at the Belmont dual meet and took on Luganville, and he defeated Luganville. So that's a tough match for Sam.
Byerly goes out of bounds with Witter.
There wasn't a lot of easy matches last week, but if there was, they're done now.
Yeah, they're gone now.
There are no easy matches left. You may think one of your first round semi-state matches might be easier than some of your matches today.
So 6-2 over there, Tuttle. Byerly gets hit with a stalling warning. He'll probably take that. Witter stood up at the end of the second period, and Byerly said, I'm just going to hold on to you. I've got a lead.
Now, did you have a group text with Coach Myers of Jay County to see how his team was going to stack up today? I mean, he
didn't say much.
He came in very banged up last week.
So Byerly chooses neutral with a 2-0 lead after giving up the stalling warning. No, I'm sorry. Witter chose neutral. I remember now that it was Byerly who had choice.
Tuttle with a 6-2 lead in his match, hanging on to a single leg here. Now I understand why he wanted to continue that match.
There's a takedown by Byerly.
Jaden Jett just got a takedown over Austin Roth of Union City. He's up 4-0 now with some near fall. Jett's another tough 150-pounder.
So Byerly on the ride now, up 4-0. Coach Perry, Coach Thomas in the corner, shouting instructions. Oh, we didn't give Union City any props. We said they didn't have anybody here. I forgot about Roth. When I was looking at the list of teams, they weren't on there.
So Bollenbacher is up on deck on mat number 1 down there after the Tuttle match. It's run a little bit behind after Tuttle's injury time. Bollenbacher will be wrestling against Corey Brown, the junior from Monroe Central. Just a freshman. Tuttle's going to give up a 2-pointer here. He's going to trail now 7-6 with 1:37 to go.
Yeah, maybe he was injured.
There's a fall for Cowan down here. That is Jaden Jett at 150.
Interested to see if Jett and Luganville wrestle. Who comes out on top in that one?
Well, Byerly is winning his match, and that will be the opponent of Jett next round. As Jarrett Smith now puts on the ankle band. 157.
It's 7-6 over there. Frauger leads now against Tuttle.
Jarrett Smith from AC wrestling against Reason Davenport of Daleville, the senior, 31-1, and Davenport quickly on a single leg and takes Smith down.
Davenport having an awfully good season for the Broncos. 4-1, Max Byerly is your winner. A great match by him. Controlled, takes out Witter. That'll bring up Blake Luganville.
Let's see.
He's going to be taking on the Yorktown wrestler that he should have wrestled in the duel. It's still Frauger in the lead over there. Give a shout out to our buddy Ron Dahl, who's listening. Had to go to a little Hot Shots basketball this morning before he could listen to the wrestling. I bet that was exciting, Ron. Now a headlock by Frauger, and Tuttle's done. Jaron Frauger is going to come back and win that one. A sophomore from Southern Wells ends Tuttle's career.
Reason Davenport. I was looking on the rankings here at 57.
That should bring up Colt now. Bollenbacher taking on a freshman from Monroe Central, Corey Brown. Takedown by Davenport makes it 4-1. Luganville's got the opening takedown.
Davenport not getting any love at 57, not even in rankings in the top 8.
Ooh, let's text Mike.
He's 10th. He's 10th.
Oh, okay. 10th in the semi-state rankings.
Yeah. 31-1 gets you 10th. Glad I don't have those rankings jobs. So Frauger wins at 32.
Another takedown by Luganville. He leads 4-1 now. Nice little throw by there. Bullenbacher and Brown about to start. Smith trails 4-1. Luganville's got his man on his back. He's easing into it, and there's a fall. Blake's going to go to semi-state for the 3rd straight year. A minute 14 is all he needs.
Now I know why Yorktown bumped up Hoppus to Russell Luganville, as their 12 and 22 sophomore has ended his season against Luganville.
That'll bring up Isaiah Meyer now, taking on Price.
Luganville will wrestle the winner of Monroe Central, Zach Martin, versus Jacob Robinson of Jay County.
Davenport's gotten his escape in the 2nd period. He leads 5-1. We have a track wrestling malfunction. That's why you're not hearing us call Colt Bullenbacher's match. It hasn't started yet.
Dane, I don't know what the sellout number is here in this gym, but it's packing up really well here. These upper decks and lower decks are pretty much full. There's people standing all the way around the rail, and we got the 2 best seats in the house.
I agree.
Thank you to
Davenport
Coach Myers.
Has Smith turned, and that's how that one ends. So Jarrett Smith's season comes to an end. Davenport will advance to wrestle the winner of Meyer and Price, who are on the center mat.
And that'll bring up Gavin Davis, who is wrestling a young man who is wearing a full Grizzly Adams beard.
Young man is the right term.
Oh, man.
That is a serious Eric Myers type beard. Gavin wrestling 23 seconds last week and winning a sectional title. He misses on the shot and gives up the opening takedown. Oh, it's the shoulder.
I think he got hit in the head.
I think it's the shoulder.
Yep.
I think that's where the takedown came from, and this is what we've all feared. I think he's going to be okay if you're listening at home and not breathing.
It's a stinger.
I think he's going to wrestle, but I think it's his shoulder, the bad one.
Well, when you wrestle
Bullenbacher with a cradle there, he's got his man stuck.
When you wrestle a guy who's got a beard bigger than your dad's, that's a fill for
Bullenbacher, no problem there.
That's Isaiah Meyer.
Oh, sorry, yes. Bullenbacher's over there.
I didn't see the takedown. Was he extended on his arm?
Yeah. And then he kind of reached, and then that was it. He gave up on it.
Quickly out.
Tries a headlock and a shuck with the other arm. That was Meyer who pinned Price. Now he gets the takedown.
Escape and a takedown.
Bullenbacher has the opening takedown over there.
Matt Heiser against Levi Abbott here. Abbott having a good season. Heiser also having a good season. And they're in the same half the bracket as Duke Meyer. They will wrestle in a semi here if Duke advances in his match at 165. As Meyer will be wrestling against Landon Bradnick from Yorktown, who is a senior, 15-11. Bullenbacher still with a 2-0 lead over his wrestling opponent from Monroe
Davis
Central.
looking better there. He ran a half Nelson with that bad left arm. Now he's got a cradle locked up momentarily. He's going to get 2 near fall out of it. So I think Gavin's okay.
Got to be careful. You might get rash burn from running a crossface on that beard.
Bullenbacher up 2-0 over there on the ride.
I'm only giving that young man a hard time because I'm jealous because I couldn't grow a beard at 62 years old. I couldn't grow a beard to save my life. So,
give another shout out to Margie Tebow who's listening.
Oh, Abbott just hit a headlock on Heiser.
Tight.
If you're in Delaware County, the first thing they teach you when you take your diaper off is here's a headlock.
I know Margie's excited about radio auctions getting back underway. Oh, we need another one. Another injury time. I don't know, Rex. I don't know what to say. We knew this is the way it was going to be with the way his shoulder is. He's going to have to give up choice here to the Westdale wrestler.
I think that's good, though, being on the bottom. I mean, he'll come and get an escape. He can wrestle on his feet a little bit.
Abbott still has that headlock in.
Bullenbacher has his opponent on his back. It's Brown. That's a match at 144. Bullenbacher, the last match in the 144-pound weight class.
I don't know what Davis can do here.
Just wrestle defensively. There's a pin by Abbott at 165. Just about made it to the first period.
Abbott headed to West Liberty next year.
There's a bunch of kids in West Liberty. Coach Irwin getting some good recruits out there. That brings up Duke Meyer. Duke wrestled this young man in the dual meet.
4-0 Bullenbacher.
Oh, and the Westdale wrestler takes down. I think he's going to make him ride him. Duke comes out, gets a front headlock quickly. Locks up a side cradle. He has Bradnick on his back. Gets some near fall here. Davis takes down. Duke has Bradnick on his back. It's like the inside shoulder's down to me. Official looking in the top.
Reversal over there by Bullenbacher. He leads 6-0 now. Davis, pin him, stick him. There we go. Simultaneous falls for Gavin Davis and Duke Myers, exact same time. And Davis survives for another week. We'll see what that shoulder looks like here in the next two matches.
He'll have to wrestle against Brody Lewis from Bluffton next round, who's wrestling, or if the winner of Evan Duncan and Brody Lewis. So Myers with a fall, quick fall, and he'll take on Abbott. That'd be a good match for that next round. Abbott, the senior, 19-4, takes on Meyer, 38-3.
So Bullenbacher, because of that delay in their match, still 2 minutes and 45 seconds away from completion, but he leads 6-0 and hasn't really looked in danger of yielding any points.
Center mat, it's Cody Cox of Norwell getting a quick takedown over the Westdale wrestler Dubois.
Or is it Dubois?
It's Dubois. I think they're French.
So Bullenbacher now in on a single leg after giving up the escape. Gets around the waist. He leads 8-1 now.
As Pat and Ron say, only the S's are silent.
That's right, the Des Moines. Hey, Cubs, ads are going quickly for the Cubs. We've got a spring training game at the end of March and opening day also at the end of March. Rex also inputted the schedule for IndyCar. Going to have darn near every IndyCar race the entire season on 92.7 FM. The only one that we're going to miss is the very first one of the year. It conflicts with Purdue basketball. So we're excited about that at the station.
I think we got an Adams Central wrestler. No, that's Bluffton.
Yeah, that's
Brody
Bluffton
Lewis.
there.
Okay. Adams Central's gray and dark gray uniforms and the Bluffton black uniforms are very similar.
8-1, Bullenbacher leads.
Center mat, it's Cody Cox with a 4-2 lead over Dubois from Westdale.
Colt not really willing to get himself out of position too much. He doesn't need to score here.
Do a refresh here and check the team score.
Bullenbacher gets to his feet. He's going to stand there. You know, sometimes you wonder how many guys like to get to that standing position and then wait, you take me down. I'll show you a stalling point.
You know, I was taller and longer than most 19-pounders and let him try and pick you up and then hit a standing switch on the way down. You know, a la Henry Kugelhahn. Henry'd almost give you a takedown so he could switch on the way down. Which is not always a good strategy, but.
Rex, as soon as Colt finishes his match here, we're going to run around to commercials.
Dane, Tim Myers has run the gamut from his Facebook postings of regional champions on the wall as went to Henry already.
I saw that.
Gavin Davis is up. Duke's been up.
Very cool. There's only one wrestler I think who hasn't been up. That's been Tim himself.
If you run the board, you can put whoever you want up there.
That's right. Bullenbacher with another takedown. And we're going to call this one for Colt. We'll be right back after this.
When it comes to your home, there are things the handyman in you wants to do. And then there's things that should be left to the experts. When it comes to seamless gutters, there's only one choice in our area, and that's SureFlow Seamless Gutters in Decatur. Tired of gutters that leak at every seam and every downspout? Call the guys at SureFlow. Putting on a new metal roof and want your gutters to do the job they're meant to do? Call SureFlow. Find them online at seamlessgutters.net or give them a call. SureFlow Gutters, 260-888-5062.
Hey athletes, are you looking to take your game to the next level? Look no further than Indiana Physical Therapy. Our expert team of sports performance specialists and personalized training programs will have you running circles around the competition. Injured or hurt on the field? Come see us. Our team of physical therapists are dedicated to helping you get back up to speed. With over 19 locations across Indiana, we can get you better, faster. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Welcome back, everybody. And as we said, Colt Bullenbacher was your winner. He advances to go back to semi-state.
It is Jacob Robinson of Jay County wrestling against Zach Martin of Monroe Central on mat number 1 as they just get started. Chris Conless cleared that corner of excess Jay County coaching staff. Cody Cox of Norwell has Dubois on his back. He's got an 8-2 lead, and he's got 3 near fall earned, not yet awarded. Cox had a good match with Duke last week. The cut on his nose really slowed things down and kept the pace down. Kind of took both of them out of the game, but Duke with the win in the finals. Cox now with an 11-2 lead over his opponent here from Westdale.
Last match at 150 pounds right now, Zach Martin and Jacob Robinson. Robinson wrestled 144 at the ACAC and then decided to bump up to 150.
Well, when Cameron Clark injury defaulted out of the tournament, he thought he had a better shot going 50, and that's where he went.
Well, right now, he's 2 minutes away in a tie match. Nope, that's the wrong mat. I'm looking at the wrong one. They're over there. They're opposite of the screen.
Yeah.
You notice that?
Yeah. Struggled with that last week, but it is what it is.
It is scoreless, but they're only in the first period, Robinson and Martin.
Brody Lewis gets an escape, and he goes up 1-0, but just got thrown on the mat and missed the gym floor, missed the mat with his ankle and hit the gym floor. They're going to start injury time.
There was a bang.
Zimbo could not get over there and stop him from the throw. They're on the edge of the mat, no takedown.
Cox up 11-2.
Robinson in on a takedown could not finish the deal. We're at 165 in the middle mat with 157. So we have West Somerset and Cabe Stebbins up on mat number 3. They'll be right down here below us as soon as Lewis and Duncan have completed their match.
And Rex, with that break, let's play a few more commercials and we'll be back with Somerset right after this.
At Innovative, we pride ourselves on selling and installing cutting-edge technology. Hi, this is Tina. We proudly offer Martin Logan products. Martin Logan sets the standard for luxury, handcrafted, electrostatic loudspeakers that deliver eye-opening, utterly truthful audio experience unlike anything else. Stop into our showroom at 1421 Manchester Street in Decatur to see and hear Martin Logan products for yourself. Innovative Concepts. Celebrating 30 years, we bring technology to you.
Does your heating system need a good end-of-the-season tune-up from Masters Heating and Cooling? Now is the time to tune up your heating and cooling system. At Masters, we have technicians that can service most makes and models of furnaces and heat pumps at low-cost seasonal special pricing. Contact Masters Heating and Cooling at 1045 South 11th Street in Decatur. on the web at mastersheatcool.com to schedule your preventative maintenance checkup now.
Adams Sports Medicine provides certified athletic trainers at many high school athletic events. These trainers specialize in injury prevention. Dr. Robert Kinney is board certified in physical medicine and rehabilitation as well as sports medicine, while Dr. David Coates is board certified in orthopedic surgery. Both Adams Medical Group physicians will be there to provide non-surgical and surgical care. Visit adamshospital.org or call 1-833-724-DOCS to schedule an appointment.
Welcome back here to the Jay County Wrestling Regional. We are at 150 pounds on one mat, 157 on the other, and all the way up to 175 in the center.
Jackson is at Benning from Norwell has a side cradle locked up a leg in against a Cowan wrestler. Center, he's going to have a 2-0 lead. Evan Duncan from Winchester wins over Lewis down here. And that will be the opponent of Gavin Davis. Interesting to see how Mr. Davis plays that out.
So Somerset on the mat now. Immediately gives up an opening takedown 6 seconds in against the undefeated Stebbins. That's a kid, when we first saw him as a freshman wrestling against Adams Central way back 2 years ago, we thought, man, this kid's good.
Norwell with a win.
Baining is, both of those boys have been really good for Norwell this year. So Baining advances for Norwell at 175.
Man, what happened to track here?
Be another dogfight with Palacios in the semis if Xavier can win here.
What happened to my internet here, kids?
Martin and Robinson 3-0 over there. It looks like Martin is up. Somerset being ridden here by the undefeated Stebbins. Now being turned. Russell taking on Carr here in the middle, Matt. Somerset's stacked and stuck. So Stebbins advances. It's going to be Abbott versus Myers, Stebbins and Cox at 165. There's the fall by Russell. And Delta's running away with this thing, Rex. They just keep piling up the pins. .57 seconds left over there. Martin leads Robinson 3-0. So Russell makes quick work of Max Carr, who will have to wait for his senior season to make a trip to the semi-state. For a second, Martin had Robinson in a leg cradle.
I lost my internet, Dane, so I'm going to have to switch over here. We're about ready to get talking to Mr. Gagel running the board for us back to the studio.
Robinson now in on a single leg. He trails 3-1 with 30 seconds left. Trying to finish it, 25 seconds left. Nice little Farote there by Martin to fight that off. And it looks like Martin's going to be able to hold off Robinson. They get a stalemate call at 9 seconds left, actually. So 9 seconds left for Robinson to get a takedown here against Martin. Goes right in on the double. Martin backs up. Over under throw, and there it is. 2 takedown and a win. Actually, I don't know, it'd be too near fall. Yep. Wow. 5-3 Robinson.
Winchester, Monroe Central coach goes over and he wants to have a conversation about that.
I think it's the right call. I was watching the clock. I was keeping track of it. Martin started backing up. 9 seconds left is a lot of time. You can get thrown to your back. He's going to ask I hate when they ask the clock operator. The guy's probably getting paid $20 and a hot dog to work today. And he's got to make a decision that's going to affect a kid's career.
They had Sloppy Joe and hot dogs last week, I'll have you know.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So a big win for the home team there. And chalk that one up for the Jay County sectional, as they've now moved 6 clear of the Delta sectional.
So 157's done, 165's done. We're at 175. Palacios ought to be up, and he is on mat number 1 down there. You take this, Dane, as I'm going to try and set up our other system here.
Yeah, A.J. Thompson's already up. We're already up to the 190s on these 2 mats over here. TC's up. So Palacios taking on Mason. Curry taking on Sims from Muncie Central. Muncie Central still without a win today. Nice takedown by X over there. Curry has a takedown, but they're out of bounds, so it doesn't count. Adams Central fans not happy about that one. Thompson holding his own here against Ullum. Ullum 34-2. Now Ullum with a double leg and a takedown. Palacios has got his man on his back. Mason counting the lights. Xavier settling in, and he's just so strong, Rex. So strong. Pressure down. Curry trying to turn his man. A minute left in the first period. There's a fall for Xavier. And Palacios is going to semi-state. Last year got eliminated at the sectional, so a big improvement by X there. Trevor Curry with the fall. Minute 16 is all he needs. Adams County wrestlers doing awfully well today. Curry gives a hug to his opponent. We also had a win by Joaquin Flores from Jay County earlier that we missed. So at 190 pounds. Rex is forgetting that we're plugged into my computer and that the studio can't hear us. So 190s and 215s up now. A.J. Thompson still trails just 2-0. Bryce Wenk wrestling Peyton Kepler. And we're getting close to the heavyweights here. You forgot we only got one plug.
Yeah. I need the feed coming out of the board. I did buy some cables and have some splitters so we can split that signal, but I just didn't get it out today.
Yep.
We've never tested it, so.
Rex is going to take this opportunity to play one more round of commercials here before Keegan Martin wrestles.
You may not know it, but Hitzer Patio and Fireplace is the perfect place for all your patio, fireplace, and grill needs. Big Green Egg grills, gift certificates, tabletop pellet grills, Pelican premium coolers, cast iron kettles, Dutch ovens, and a wide variety of famous Hitzer stoves. Hitzer, 269 East Main Street in Bern is the perfect place to shop for all these fine products, accessories, and more.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance.
See Toby, Mark, Kyle, or Barb at Graber Insurance with offices on Highway 27 North in Bern and 623 West Monroe Street in Decatur.
Welcome back. Perfect timing as the whistle's blown for Keegan Martin's match here in the quarterfinals at 215 pounds. Keegan wrestling Mason Moore. And Rex, we kind of wrote him off, but A.J. Thompson has gotten a reversal on Jeremiah Ullum. And despite Thompson's 5-12 record, he's only 2 points behind Ullum, who's 34-2, but a nice Peterson by Ullum. And that's going to be a 5-pointer or a 4-pointer, one of the two.
That was an athletic move
that
by
was
Ullum.
Nifty. You'd have to go to Dr. Carla Grody after you did that.
Martin with a quick takedown.
Wank was your winner earlier.
Curry
fall.
also winner at 90.
So A.J. Thompson wrestling well. Very impressive.
So Benning was a winner over Mogdon, right? At
Yeah,
175.
Ethan Michael going to pin Luke Powers here. Ethan Michael from Norwell. Knights continue to have a pretty good day.
Martin's match has been stopped for a blood time for his opponent, Mr. Moore.
Thompson trails 8-4. Now Powers comes off of his back, reverses Michael. He trails 10-3. There's a reversal by Thompson at the end of the second period. 8-6. Well, there's no doubt a win by Thompson here would be the upset of the round. That's for sure.
Looks like the Monroe Central wrestler may be a little injured. Ullum was slow to get up.
Blood time has ended over there for Martin.
Ullum's asking for injury time. I think he got hit in the head.
Well, he's getting a break here. Coach Loshi and Coach Miller are saying, what are we letting this kid catch his breath for? Let's go. Well, it's because there's been so many reversals and near falls. They got to make sure they got the score right.
Sawyer over there trying to expedite the he's frustrated.
Cole Mendez will be up next after this, and Sawyer is fired up. He says, let's go. This kid's over here catching his breath, and my kid was winning. Not winning, but my kid was moving forward. He's beside himself.
Momentum he had just gained is being lost quickly here.
So Michael also having a scoring inquiry here. He leads 10-3. Martin did score before that break. It's 2-0. Oh, now they're getting out the book.
Which book do you want to look at?
This is when the managers have their time to shine. I don't know who's keeping book for South Adams. I don't see the bookkeeper for the Starfires out there.
Martin's match is back underway, and he takes his opponent with a little throw by.
Sean Ferrot and A.J. Bradley having a little back and forth laugh.
Martin jacks the inside ankle, tries to turn his opponent over. Martin with a 4-1 lead now, and he hooks the arm, tries to turn his opponent over. Can't get any back points off of that. Blood time starts up again, so Martin's match will be stopped.
Boy, we still don't know what the score is here. It's now been changed to 8-5. So AJ's lost a point in all of this.
Sawyer seems to be happy with that.
Well, he just wants to go. Let's go.
I don't care what the score is. Let's just get the match going.
So Thompson chooses neutral here in the third. Let's see what he can do.
I think Mr. Ullum is a running back on a football team from Monroe Central.
I'm guessing he's built like one. So Thompson trails 8-5. Track wrestling says 7-4.
That says 8-5.
No shots yet by either wrestler.
And Dane, this team race is out and on its way, 62-38 and 38. Jay County and Belmont.
Thompson's out. Ullum takes Thompson down hard, and AJ couldn't get up. Looked like he broke a rib as hard as he brought him down. And he's in that kind of pain. He's rolling like he's just been fouled in the Premier League. AJ wrestled so well in those 4 minutes, and then that 2.5-minute break gave Ullum some energy. Thompson pushing the trainer away, saying, please go away. I want to get up. I want to walk off on my own.
And he shoved his mom out of the way and said, Mom, get off the mat. Cole Mendez is up now. Ullum is a specimen, isn't he, Dane? He is
I think
big.
I think Mom was complaining to Ullum that it was rough.
It's wrestling. It gets rough, Mom.
Well, that was an interesting one. Wouldn't have given Thompson much of a chance in that one, but He was right there in it.
They have fixed the bloody nose situation on Keegan Martin's match, and he's trying to run his opponent over. And they have put tape around his nose to hold the nose plug in, and that brings up Cole Mendez in the middle mat. And he's wrestling against Dallas Godby from Westdale. Martin looks at the last 4 seconds of his first period. Winding down. And that's going to do it. 14-9 is the score, as it's Ethan Michael, your winner over Luke Powers of Westdale. And that is at 2:15.
That's your number 4 place finisher. That's our first sectional champ to get knocked off today, correct?
It just shows you how tough that 215-pound class was at Jay County.
By my count, that's the first sectional champ to lose.
Michael will take on the winner of Keegan Bloom and T.D. Wine. No score in the Mendez match. Martin leads his match 4-1. Mendez trying to hit a little throw by. Martin's match has been stopped once again for blood time.
The judge is correct. This isn't basketball.
We don't make you change uniforms, you get blood on it. Last week, Duke Myers looks like somebody had shot him with a shotgun in the back of his uniform. There was so much blood from Mr. Cox, who had a cut on his nose that just they could not get it to stop bleeding. And Duke has brought out his brand new uni for the first time and really got speckled up pretty good. Now wrestling on mat number 3, it's Alan Ortiz at 2:15 for Jay County versus Wyatt Roach, the freshman from Yorktown. Still no score in the Mendez match versus Godby. Godby takes a shot, fought off there by Mendez. A little throw by attempted by Godby. We end the first 2 minutes with no score on the clock, on the scoreboard. Mendez's choice, and he will go in a down position.
And Rex, sometimes this is the way these days come down to. 2 big matches here for Belmont. The day's going to be a success if Mendez and Baker can pick up wins here.
Well, Belmont has jumped into a tie for second place with Jay County at 46, and they trail Delta 62. Adams Central has dropped back to 4th with 41.
Of course, Belmont hoping that Peyton Long can knock off Isaac Moss and prevent Delta from scoring any more points here in this round.
And Mr. Grady Baker, for his success last week, gets put on the same half of the bracket as Mr. Cruz, didn't he? Yes.
Yeah, first and third go together.
So Grady's going to wrestle against Daleville wrestler named Chris Walters, who's a senior, who's 11-9.
Delta still has T.D. Wine at 2:15. He'll be wrestling Bloom.
Mendez in on a single leg. Got his head on the outside, getting cross-faced for his efforts. Trying to bunny hop up and get out of that position. Change it to a double. He comes up to his feet. Now he changes to a double. Comes out of it. He gets nothing out of it. They go out of bounds, but he did not. Oh, he gets a one-pointer. He was working up from the bottom.
Right now, Belmont with 6 wins in this round. They got 3 matches to go. Delta with 8, 2 matches to go. So still a chance for Belmont.
Mendez wrestling on his feet now with 41 seconds left to go in the second period.
Adams Central still with 2 matches to go. They could get to 8.
Martin's match has been slowed once again with a little cleanup on the mat, trying to get some blood cleaned up. As Mr. Mason Moore has had trouble.
5-minute break, Rex.
That'll give us a chance to transition over from YouTube to 92.7 FM. As Godby has Mendez's leg picked up, tries to take him down. And I think he had a takedown on the side of that, and he gives up nothing. May or may not have been the right call, but Mendez still has a 1-0 lead. Choice goes to Westdale Rustler. He's going to take down.
Come on, Cole.
Ben Martin back in the attack mode on his Muncie Central opponent. Martin's going to score another takedown there. A little slide by single. Martin just been wrestling really well the last few weeks. Just really nobody's even come close to pushing him at all, Dane.
Jay County right now in a position to go to 7 semi-state qualifiers if Alan Ortiz can hang on to his lead here going into the third period.
Mendez still riding against Godby, and Godby gets escaped, so we're tied at 1 now. Minute 25 left to go in this match. Senior versus a junior, and Mendez and Godby here. Martin has his opponent on his back, trying to finish things off down there. Got 40 seconds left to do it in. There it is. Zimbo with the call. Keegan Martin, your winner by fall at 2:15.
Mendez and Godby still on their feet. Godby in on a double leg. Mendez's hand was touching the mat for a second, but they go out of bounds. Whew, that was close. Cole looks tired.
Alan Ortiz and Roach from Yorktown will be the opponent of Keegan Martin next round.
No assistant referee right now in the center mat, so I don't think he's going to change his call there. He was around behind him. Cole was bent over. His hand swung, but I don't think it ever really touched the mat.
We have heavyweights up on mat number 1. It's Isaac Moss of Delta versus Peyton Long from Southern Wells. A couple of seniors going at it.
It's a match that I was just talking about. And Rex, Muncie Central goes winless. A big double leg there by Mendez. Sort of sloughed off by Godby. Now Godby shoots in. That was kind of a weak shot. If they would have been in the center of the mat, I think Cole might have been able to swing around.
These guys look like a couple of small 90-pounders here.
Whew, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty now. 30 seconds left. Something's going to give. Both of these 190 matches, or both of these matches here, 190 and 215, tied with less than 30 seconds left in the third period. That's the way it should be. 15 seconds left. Shot by Godby. Mendez trying to sprawl, edge of the mat. Godby lifts it up. He's got a single leg. Mendez with the whizzer.
Called him out.
Called him out of bounds. I think the whizzer was there, and it slipped out after he blew the whistle. Ortiz with a takedown. Jay County's wrestling well in the third period today. 3, 2, 1, and we're going to overtime. Right down Ortiz is your winner at 2:15.
That's who Martin will wrestle from Belmont.
Keegan Bloom's going to try to make it 4 for 4 at 2:15 for the Jay County sectional. Here we are. Cole Mendez, his career on the line at 190 pounds. No score over there between Long and Moss. Worm up now, but our eyes are focused on Cole Mendez. Reaches for a leg, not really a shot. Pushes Godby out of bounds.
Moss gets a takedown on Long. Worm wrestling an undersized heavyweight, or else he just makes him look undersized.
A restart here. Mendez still pushing. Coach Myers on one knee. Coach John Rubel in the chair. Shot by Godby. Mendez with the whizzer. Godby with the trip. And that's going to be it. Dallas Godby has eliminated Cole Mendez at 190 pounds in overtime.
3-1 in OT is the score.
That one ends up a 2-2 split between the sectionals. Wank and Curry survive. Tough way to lose there for Cole Mendez, but that's what this round is all about.
Wank's got a tough match against the twice beaten junior from Monroe Central and at Jeremiah Ullum. And it's Curry and Godby on the bottom half of that bracket.
So here comes Keegan Bloom, TD Wine.
I think I missed Joaquin Flores.
Flores won quickly by fall. In that match we were talking about at heavyweight, Moss got the opening takedown, and he's riding Long right now. Long struggles a little bit to get up from bottom. It's one of the reasons why he's lost a couple of times here in the last 2 weeks.
Bloom with a single leg right to a half. Takes his opponent right down as Wine is counting lights. As Bloom just took him right from his feet to a cradle. Bloom gets turned to his back. Wine rolls him out. Bloom's going to get a 3 near fall. Bloom comes up off his back. He gets thrown a bulldog, and he comes out around the back and regains control and never lost control. I mean, as a scramble, Connellis says, I'm going to let the dust settle and decide what to call here. And good call by Chris as 5-0 is the score for Bloom as he leads TD Wine.
Long did get the escape over there against Moss.
And Bloom runs a arm bar and takes Wine right to his back, pushes down. Connellis gets the fall. So it is a 2:15 sweep for the Jay County sectional.
Takedown by Moss over there. It looks like he's going to eliminate Long.
Still no score in Worm's match down here until he just now gets a takedown in the second period. Or he gets a reversal. It's a reversal for Worm.
Here comes Juan Cruz.
Worm just takes an arm and hits a Wilson and runs his opponent right to his back. He's getting some back points now. So powerful on top as his opponent, Caleb Ellis from Yorktown, rolls through and gets off his back.
Long wrestling on the same mat where he got beat last week in the final bout. Worm got his man turned. There's a fall. 2 minutes and 47 seconds for Zach Worm. He's 2 wins away from another trip to the state finals for Adams Central, regardless of what he does today, even if he finishes 4th.
So Long is being ridden down there. He trails 6-1 to Moss. Cruz with a quick takedown. Grady Baker should be close to up here.
See if they move that.
Yeah, he's supposed to be up on 1 behind Long and Moss down there. They moved it. He's down here on mat 3. He's going to wrestle against a young man from Daleville. Sporting a slight beard there. Not as heavy as the young man from Westdale that Gavin Davis wrestled. It is Chris Walters from Daleville, senior, 13-9. And Juan Cruz gets a fall, and he advances, and Grady Baker's match is underway. Baker chases his man back to the center. Working at it, collar tie. Trying to get an underhook so he can pull that down and snap that head down. Chasing his opponent. He's trying to bring him back in the center as Walters is really trying to avoid it. Now Baker has that front headlock locked down. Spins and goes behind. Baker with a quick takedown.
He's gotten so good with that. That front headlock series, that snap down. The only thing he needs to be is about 3 or 4 inches taller, and he'd be even better at it.
So Peyton Long has been defeated by Moss down there at heavyweight. So they will take on, Moss will take on Worm next round. And the last heavyweight match going here is Grady Baker. As he is wrestling here with a 2-0 lead. As you have to let Steve know where you're at in commercials and know which one to play, because we're going to make a transition here from YouTube to 92.7 FM shortly. So as Grady Baker's match is done, they're supposed to take a 5-minute break here in between rounds. And that'll be our transition point. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in and listening to us on WZBD Radio YouTube channel. Apparently it's easy enough to find. About 60 or 70 people have done that today.
Stalling call there on Walters.
About 20 seconds left in that first period. Baker looks like he has a little bit of a size advantage over his opponent from Daleville.
Well, one thing that Grady's gotten so much better at, from what we saw at Wawasee and what I saw at Goshen, he's gotten so much better on the ride. Building that pressure from top, finding the hold that he wants to be able to run out some time. And so much of being a heavyweight is clock management, right? finding the takedown, but then being able to make it count.
Big, strong heavyweight, or just a 10th grader, and it just really is second year of wrestling. Talked to his mom, and she said, we have to learn what wrestling is. We're a basketball fan. We don't know anything about wrestling. I think she's fallen into it quite well.
Grady loves it, that's for sure. And he's really looking forward to next year. You know, he's start of the year, talk about when we had media day in early November, I don't think he thought he was going to be varsity when it comes down to it.
Not good.
You know, Belmont had Giovanni last year, and Keegan was going to be 215.
One of the coaches said he's made talk that he might be thinking about dropping to 215 next year, and who's our backup heavyweight?
Luke Hirely.
Luke Hirely.
Luke is getting stronger and getting more mature and gaining some experience. He's wrestled a lot in the last 2 years on the JV side of things. Saw him win a nice match at Goshen in the varsity this year.
Also did quite well in the JV state tournament. Baker is up on his feet now. Gets to escape as he comes out from bottom, snaps that head down, pops it down, spins, goes behind. We've seen that before.
So Baker leads now 5-0.
Get ready, folks, as Baker's match finishes. We'll transition over to 92.7 FM. And Dane did test, and the streaming is up and working. So all you people who may be in Las Vegas, you can tune to WZBD.com and hit the little listen live link up there, and it is working fine today.
If you're on your mobile phone, that doesn't say listen live. It's just the big red blinking light there at the top.
The
Click
bullseye, little bullseye. Baker doing a good job of riding once again as he's keeping pressure on Walters. Has him all flattened out.
Rex right now, Jay County Sectional's got 34 wins, 21 for the Delta Sectional. Grady would make it 35-21. Have to look back at what AJ Bradley's prediction was. So we're going to go neutral here in the third period. I don't know if everybody caught onto it there with the story from last week, but Carter Freet has been really instrumental in building up Grady this year. And he's earned a spot in the chair next to Coach Myers for Grady's matches. Once again, front headlock, snap down, they go out of bounds, but Grady gaining with that again. Give Steve our last minute instructions here. Another takedown by Grady.
A friend of mine just texted me and said, hey, look up so I can wave at you. It's like, where are you at? Zach Worm's grandpa giving me the thumbs up. Good match for Zach. And Grady cruising with a 7-0 win here, just dominating on top as well. Minute 11 left to go as he drags his opponent back inbounds. Baker doing a good job keeping pressure on, keeping his opponent flattened out on a mat. They said they're going to take a little 5-minute break here as they transition to the semifinal round. I like people in the stands that yell stalling on a bottom man in a heavyweight match. When was the last time you had a 285-pound guy pushing you down the mat? It's not as easy as it looks from being on bottom. Walters comes up. Baker does a nice job spinning to keep from losing control there. 35 seconds left to go as Grady Baker is looking to advance to the semi-state.
And if you're wondering about that team score, a win here by Baker. And Belmont is going to be right up there in contention. Delta going to end up, I believe, with one more win than Belmont had in that opening round.
We knew that second, third, fourth spot was going to be dicey all afternoon. As Belmont at 54, Jay County at 52, and Adams Central at 41. Baker takes a 7-0 lead. And that's going to wrap up our morning session here on WZBD Radio YouTube channel.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and we'll see you on the other side of the dial.
For 71 years, the Kelly Automotive Group has serviced your automotive needs in Northeast Indiana and in Ohio. Kelly offers 14 brands of new vehicles and has over 500 used vehicles in stock. Kelly values your business and works hard for bank approval for all credit types. Visit drivekelly.com and stop at any friendly Kelly dealership. In Decatur, visit 1313 South 13th Street on U.S. Highways 27 and 33. Drive Kelly and drive with confidence.
Dave Nathan from the Z-Team here for the All-American gas stations in Monroe, Hoagland, Monroeville, Ossian, and throughout Z-Land, and it's happening again. The All-American stores not only give to countless charities, but they're also supporters of local high school athletics here on ZBD. The next time you need gas or a quick snack, stop in for a cold fountain pop, an energy drink, or a hot meal. From Monster energy drinks to Snickers bars, from smoothies to a hot meal on the go, it's all at your local All-American stores. Check out the All-American Stores official Facebook page for more details and sales. The All-American Stores. Hometown owners, hometown staff, your hometown team.